So good morning, 9:30 on a Saturday morning, or whenever you choose to replay it, and just know that ideally it's set up that the first 10 minutes you can replay that and use that as just getting started. Last week's first 10 minutes were really great for after a drive or a lot of sitting. And then go on and do 30 minutes and then rest. Or go on and do 60 minutes and then rest. That commit to the amount of time you have, and in the commitment know that we're reestablishing our belief. Can get busy. Adam and I had a great morning, and then we had a scuffle because he was trying to leave and I was trying to get ready, and we were like colliding. Sometimes it's choreography in the kitchen, and sometimes it's like every time you open the refrigerator door you bash the other person. And it was one of those moments. Like we were two molecules, and I was just like, I'm leaving. Have a great ride. Take time. And in that I can get lost, and I can have this belief I'm in the way. And in the belief of I'm in the way, now I start perceiving every interaction. See, I'm in the way again. Now I'm looking to reinforce that belief. And then from seeing that belief, now I start naming it. And now I start a vocabulary of, I'm sorry, and I'm in your way again. And now the words that are coming through me, and he's saying, no, it's fine. And I'm hearing, yeah, it's fine, right? My perception of my hearing, my speaking, my seeing has become a filter. Everything about sahasrara, this crown of the head, is the home of our beliefs, our belief system. And the way that our belief system is really our operating system. And our operating system says what to see. And our operating system says what to love and make meaning of and make more of. And this morning I was amplifying my own right? So my heart was given the job to amplify how I was. It was beautiful. And so I'm bringing it into reality. If I can clear this space and say, I believe you love me, I believe you're in a hurry, I believe that giving us both space is a safe, loving thing to do, and I perceive this as okay, it's okay. I am made of light and you are made of light. I know that. I am light. I see it, and I name it, and I provide it. So everything we're doing when we come onto the mat is getting out of our physical body anything that would distort the belief that says, I am light. So move lightly today. It's going to be playful, it's going to be simple, and everything we're doing is to remember that core belief, I'm light, and let it just take over. Come back to it. There's no other. I am light. It's okay. I bumped. You bumped. But under all of that, I am light. 2 blocks, a blanket, a strap, and start standing. Out the feet. And just swinging it out side to side. So that from the navel to the ground, we're conductive. We're draining out of ourselves whatever gunk we've carried up. And you start to get a little more length and some space in your toes. If you can find the balls of your feet on the floor, and then the heels second. So pin your eyes to a point on the floor or on the wall ahead, and now let your heels revolve away from that point and get your low abdomen involved so that your heart doesn't come down when your heel comes up. So not quite so high. Yes, that way. Super. That's the difference. Now go longer out into your feet, but your heart doesn't go anywhere for 5, and for 4, and for 3, for 2. And hands wide. And just up and down. And now you're just having a little bend in the knees and a little lift of the hands, and you fold and unfold just the slightest amount. And you start to pull the length, the fabric of your breath a little bit higher. And you press your feet into the floor and you pull your hands overhead and you open the body. And get a little deeper into the squat and a little bigger into the swing of your arms. For 5. And for 4, that you are lengthening your breath as you lengthen your body. And 1 more. And then your arms just swing across. And you open the back between the shoulder blades, the base where your neck meets your back. You put a little bend in your knees. Good. And we'll just take alternate back circles, like you were backstroking through a swimming pool. And each one is breath, and maybe the breath comes out the mouth. So all of this focus is on the exhalation, and the exhalation is removing from us what's unneeded. Apanavayu is that which eliminates, that which removes, and in the removing we ground. We find our roots again. We remember we're okay. Ha, ha, quicker. Ha, 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 ha. 5, 4, 3, 2, and a little tap at the heart and turn. So we went front and back. We went side to side. Inhale left, exhale right. We're just going to do a few. So that we can ground through the legs and open through the breath. And we move so lightly, just exploring where does it need to go, feeling the movement of the air over your hands, into the chest, through the armpits, opening the elbows, the chin, the jaw. 3, 2, 1. So that when you stand tall, notice, I am light. There's no question. Our belief and the operating system of all of it, I am light, I am light, I am light. Hands and knees, move it through the spine. So we'll put the blanket down in the middle, knees on the blanket and shins on the blanket. So that you can place the heels of your hands right under the front edge of your shoulder. So we have a line here. And then the heels of the hands are in one line. So there's a line across there. My knees are under my hips. I tuck my chin. I drop my head. I round and wag your tail. And that drops your head further. And you press the hands down and a little bit forward. And like you're pulling the string of a bow, back, 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 let go, drop your navel. And just invite your heart to roll forward. And then back down, dropping your head. And inhale forward. And exhale round. And it's this little moment that even when you draw your throat open, you're drawing the string of the bow in another direction. And so it starts to have a little momentum of its own. Good. Turn your left thumb forward and your left finger's left. Try to pull your hands apart. Turn your left thumb left, turn your fingers back, so the heels of the hands still resting on that line. Opening through the left fingers. They're spread evenly and beautifully into the floor. 3, 2. Turn your fingertips forward, turn your right thumb forward, turn your right fingers right. Try to pull your hands apart. And keep moving. Now you could flush through the upper back and the chest and the back of the neck. And turn your right thumb right again, heels of your hands along that same line. For 3 and 2 and 1. Big circles with your head. Oh, biggest circles you can make. And how those circles in your hips circle through the shoulders. Widen your knees if you need to. Bend the elbows if you choose. And see how large the circle can be, not just of the hips, but the whole body. And reverse your direction. And I know it's perhaps an unconventional start, but we're flushing out the joints. And we're flushing out the breath. So that when we begin to move in all the asana postures, they have a little more life to them. And child's pose down the middle, toes together, arms out long. So feel the current that you stirred up still moving, even as the outer body is still, the inner body is busy and mobile. And that mobility is part of our digestion and our immune function. The movement of hormones through the body, the balance you're offering yourself, the rearrangement that's possible. So that you can walk your dog. And now the dog has a little more electricity in it, a little bit of a different breath. And be still. Knees are soft. Plug into the base of your thumbs. Wrap your outer shoulders back as though you could widen your armpits. And then extend again down into the hands and up into the seat. And then widen the seat and soften the knees. Step your right foot forward and put your left knee down and sweep your hands up. Keep your back toes tucked under. And just forward and back, just letting it out. So where do you need to go? What needs to swing open? What door has been clipped closed? 3, 2, hands high. Hold opposite elbows. As you press the front foot straight down, take your elbows straight up and a little bit back. So press your left toes down. And as you press the left foot down, you're going to open the left thigh, left psoas. Reach that left elbow up. Now hands up high. Right hand holds the left wrist. Go up. Press the left toes down. And just feel that line growing a little clearer. Soften everything. Keep that line. Soften your right knee. And slowly, slowly pressing the left toes down, bending your right knee, so slowly opening that left knee to left hand. Until you can feel it sort of break open through the mouth and the breath, all the way out. And let it down. So that when you step to your dog, the left hand and the left hip and the left heel are changed. Turn your left heel in and step your right foot just a ½ inch forward and keep your right heel off the floor. So your right knee is soft. Now make a big circle with your left hip. And from your left heel, through your left hip, through your left hand. Can you flush it out? All the way. Turn your chin. So the only thing that needs to stay is that left heel and the left hand, and let everything else get a little bit exploratory. And then back to your dog. We got to make some disorder. Left foot steps up, right knee comes down, hands swing up. And we let it out. All the ways that we're trying to hold our lives together, hold order. What if we just let all of the plans fall apart and let the surprise come in and wake up one day realizing we need to go to Reykjavik? Gotta make space for it. Let it through. Good. Good. So holding opposite elbows, bring your ribs over your right knee. Press your right toes down. So my right knee, my right hip, my right shoulder, my right elbow, one line. As I press my toes down, I can feel my right quadricep get longer. I can feel my right hip open like a mouth. And there's very little weight in the left. And I'm just allowing the right side to open. Left hand holds the right wrist, go up. Now the line is longer. Right knee, right hip, right shoulder, right hand, all the way out the mouth, and the left knee bends. Just make your way in. Take your time, no force. You can make your way back out. All the ways we're connected. All the places we require light. Hands down. Right foot down. Right hip. Right heel. So turn your right heel in. Bend your left knee deeply. Left foot forward slightly. Now big circle and flush out the right side body. And the only thing that needs to stay organized is your right heel turned in and your right palm on the floor, and the rest can go anywhere you need it to go. That we have so much territory internally. So find it, uncover it. Good. Good, down dog, walk your dog. And coming into your high plank, step your feet as wide as your mat and then just off the mat. And your right knee taps to the floor and then straightens. And your left knee taps to the floor and straightens. So we're just alternate taps. And as you do, each time you straighten your legs, press more clearly into your hands, into your heels. Press. Inhale, tap. Exhale, press. And with the press and with the exhale, navel to spine. Really meaning it. I mean it. I mean to press my hands into the floor. I'm finding my roots and I'm expelling all of last week. Now you may go alternate like this, or you may do 2 knees down at the same time and press. And it's the place where we find, what am I carrying? What am I holding? What am I willing? 3. All the way out through the legs, through the hands. 2. 1 more. Good. Down dog. Light as a feather. Hips softly side to side. And let it move. Walk your feet to your hands. Sweep your hands wide. Sit your seat deep. Thumbs up, heart up, sweep up, rise up. Thumbs down the back, elbows in, weight in your heels, fall into the navel. Fall into the navel. Tuck your chin deeply, elbows wrap in, and then when you inhale, let go and rise up. And fold. Left foot back, left knee down, 2 hands high. Sweeping up. And folding down. And step back down dog. To a high plank, look forward. To a down dog, press back. To the left foot up, to the right knee down. Hands high. And fold down. So, right foot steps up, sitting down, sweeping wide, palms together and down the back, fall into the navel, we'll stay. Stay, breathe here. Fall in a little further, tuck your chin, elbows wrap in, opening the upper back. Find the depth of your exhalation and from there let go. And the breath falls into the body. And you fold and the breath pours out. Right foot back, right knee down, hands up high. And fold to the floor. Step back, down dog. Draw forward, high plank, look forward. And then down dog. And the right foot up and the left knee down. And up. And down. Stepping up. Sitting down, reaching high. Again, thumbs together. Fall into the back of your body. Letting go, the inhale falls in, 1 more. And fold, left foot back, left knee down. You know where you're going. Hands to your shoulders and then hands up high. And then fold. Down dog. High plank. Down dog. Left foot, right knee. Hands to shoulders, hands up high. Take a little back. And down. Step up. Good. Hands wide. Sit down. Rise up. Fall in. Let go. Rise up. Right. Step back. Right knee down. Hands to shoulders. Rise up. Straighten up front leg a little bit. Come back. And fold. And dog. And plank. And dog. Right foot, left knee. Hands to shoulders, take it up high. And set down, step back, down dog. Fold your blanket aside for a beat. Step your right foot halfway up. Turn your toes to the right. Come to your outer left foot. And then the right hand comes high. And you draw your right knee back towards your left heel. Turn your right palm to the front and slowly the right hand overhead, bowing. Press the left hand down the way you did when you were knee tapping. Scissor your thighs, firm your left leg and stand in your left heel. And reach the right knee back, back, back towards the left heel. Right hand high, look down, plant your hands. You're on the ball of your back foot. And you take your right foot across. So now I'm on the outer right foot. Good. Left heel down. Left hand high. Turn your palm and take it over. Scissor your thighs. 3. Press the right hand down like you tapped. Navel to spine. 2. Left hand high. Look down. Set down. Down dog. Step back. High plank. Left foot halfway up. Turn your toes out. Put your right outer foot to the floor. Take your left hand high. So, right heel is strong. Left knee towards your left heel. And then left hand overhead, overhead. Scissor your thighs. Plug into the floor. Plug into your feet. Use what you've made to hold you steady. Left hand comes high. Left hand down. Left foot comes across, outside the right side, and the right heel down, and the right hand high. Turn your palm, stand in your feet, reach over the top. Plug into the left hand, 3, 2, and right hand wide, and down dog. Knees wide, toes together. As you fold back, take your hands a step to the right, all the way off the mat. And sit your left hip back. Let your left elbow fall, let your left shoulder fall, let your head fall. Wrap your left ribs toward the floor. Fold in. Keep your left hand where it is. And your right hand, look forward. Just put your right hand pointing forward as though going to dog. So that as you come forward, just turning your left palm open, you're on your left shoulder, and turn. Peeling the upper back open, right from the spine. Your chin turns towards your right shoulder, work here or right hand high. Just like you were in that plank, take your hand overhead, fingertips find the floor. Back of the left hand is heavy. Fingertips of the right hand are heavy. They might walk a little towards the left side of the mat. And now where can your breath go? How can you open the inner aspect of the left and the right side of your chest What has to change to inflate inside your torso? What do you let go of? What do you shift? What do you soften? And the right hand back and down in child's pose. So there's a big movement. Let your hips move very slowly, fully, deeply, side to side. Look to your hands, interlace your fingers, and bring your palms down, thumbs point to you. Interlace your fingers to the webbing and circle. So you're circling your shoulders around those interlaced hands, and that circle translates all the way through the hips. So the hands and the knees are your points of contact, and where can you take that circle? And reverse your direction. So we make very formal shapes, and we rewire there, and then we let it loose, and then we come back to form. Child, knees wide, toes together, hands step to the left and open. So the right hand is heavy, the right elbow is heavy, the right shoulder, and the right hip drops back, and the right ribs drop down. Lift your head, look forward, step your left hand forward as though for dog. As you rise, turn your right palm open to land on your right shoulder. And roll your gaze up over your left shoulder. You may wag your tail, you may adjust your spine. Left palm is flat, the heel of the hand is in line with the gaze out of your eyes. Working there with the left hand high, as though you were holding a great ball between the right hand and the left hand. Spin to turn your palm forward, and then the left palm reaches overhead. Find your fingertips. Walk your fingertips toward the right side of the mat. Find length. Find center. And very softly tuck your chin. Flatten your feet. Let your head be very heavy. And let your head move side to side. And your head is heavy and your hands press down, and that opens the upper back, and your knees are heavy and your feet are flat, and that starts to move your tail side to side. And as your hips go left, bring your head to the left, and as your hips go right, bring your head to the right. And now, because you've made length on the sides of your spine, see if you can kind of curl the sides of your spine a little differently. Good. Press the tops of your feet down, round, find center, and let go. Cat-cow 5 times forward and back. So we're really attending to the spine. See if there's a little more light through the middle of the body, out the limbs. Good. And find your dog. Step your right foot up, and your left foot will hop just so that you're about 3 or 4 feet apart. And my right heel, the line of my heel, is not the line of my left heel. So they're on 2 parallel lines. I'll put a block up ahead of my left hand. So if your left hand was to reach out, there's a block there. Your right hand wide, turn your thumb down, and take the back of your hand to your spine. Good. Left hand to your hip, and unfold. Standing tall, pause, 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 pause. Good. So the tendency here is going to be that your left hip tacks back. So use your left hand and bring it forward. Now the back of your hand helps square the left ribs forward. Lift your left thigh back. And from the lifting of the left side, lift your left hand and lift your chin. And feel that the left side of your jaw wants to come higher, right? Bring the right side of your jaw. So keep the left hip forward, but the right side jaw, keep all of it hinge forward, back down to the block. That's your breath out. Good, everything stays square, rising back up, inhaling. And then exhaling, hinging from the back heel to the floor. And one more like that, rising up. Lift that left hip, lift that right side jaw, fold. And then pause. So maybe the block, maybe fingertips to the floor. Folding, the hips are square, the chest is square. And perhaps if the chest is to the thigh, you're aiming to bring your nose just outside your right side shin. Plug your feet into the floor, lift your seat. Bring your right fingertips to the floor and spin them to point back. Letting your hands create space through the mid-back, your hips shifting left. Good. Keeping your right toes long, right to hand to hip. Step your left foot up. Left hand to hip, unfold, reach wide, hands up high. Left hand holds right wrist, go up. So just as we did with the knee down, plug your right heel down, your right knee down, your right hip opens like a mouth, and the hands go to the left. Unfolding, unfolding, unfolding. Micro movements, shake it out, let it move, open it all the way from the heel to the hand. Good, good, good. Now the right hand sweeps wide, come upright. And catch the top of your right foot. Can you fold? Yeah. 3, hand to hip. 2. And then down and just notice the right side, heel, hip, hand. Sweep wide, fold down. And just shake it wide all the way down to the floor. All the way stepping back into your dog. Let it move, let it be a big wag side to side. And notice right side, left side. My right side is so happy and pliable and playful. My left side is like, that's not funny. And then my left foot steps up. So, again, check your feet. Left foot, second toe in line with your heel. My left heel is not in line with my right. I'm 3.5, 3 feet, 4 feet apart. Right hand finding the block. Where is there support? So I'm not dangling in the hamstrings. Left hand, look wide, reach wide, thumb down. And spin your thumb to point back. Your shoulder will wrap forward. Take the back of your hand to your spine. Right hand to your hip first. Rise up, unfold. So plug into your right heel, right hip, right hand. That line keeps wrapping forward, but the left side jaw keeps coming up. So we fold. Right from that square back heel, that's exhale, drop your head at the base. Inhale, rise up. Good. Square the heel, square the left jaw, and then hinge, reaching out. There's big breath out, and then big breath in. As you rise, get a little taller, build strength, and then exhale, you're making stability, navel to spine. Stay right here, breathing in. Stay right here, breathing out. Hand to the block or fingers to the floor. Just let this shape rearrange. A little lift, a little arch of the back, the hips high, the left hand down. The fingertips point back, and this broadens the back of your chest. A little more action of ribs towards your left thigh. Your nose just outside of your left shin.
making some clarity through your body. So we come undone, we come untied, but then we want to provide. Look, even in your freedom, come in this way, this way, this way. Left hand to hip. Step your right foot up. Right hand to hip. Unfold. So that you're square. Hands up. Hold your left wrist. Go up. Plant your left heel. Go right. And now tiny. It can bounce. It can shake. Out the mouth, out the jaw. The toes are long, all the way up. Feel the left heel going down and the left hand going high. And you'll take all that length and then sweep the left hand wide, right hand to hip, hold your foot. You've made a huge current. Now run the current through. Left hand, left knee, left shoulder, all the way through. That goes around and the right current goes down into the floor. And then you unfold and notice front body, back body, left, right. Total, complete practice. Super simple. Sweep wide. Look up. Reach wide, fold down. Step back, down dog. High plank, look forward. Down dog, look back. Bend your knees, tail up way high, press out, high plank. Yes, good, back and forth. Press forward, down dog. For 5, move everything through. You've made this beautiful container. Give it current, turn it on, plug in the lights, turn on the stove, and stay in your dog. You are made of light. We're replacing every other thought. Right foot will step up. And the back heel comes down. Set your block inside your right foot and sweep wide. Straighten your front leg and turn your left palm open behind you. So I have a block in my right foot, my right hand high. You'll keep your left hand where it is. Reach forward, bring your right hand down to the block or to your shin. And the left fingertips are going to draw you back up. Look up. Now as your hand comes down, look towards your left hand. Left hand. Good, good, good. Rise back up. Again, reach from the feet into the hand. And now bring your hand down to that block. Stand it on its tail, its edge, its belly. What do you need? And left hand overhead. Plug into the left heel. Now left hand down, look down. Broaden your chest. Use your limbs. Sweep open, look up. Good. Sweep back, look down. And up overhead to pause. And the fingertips are overhead and the elbows are open and the heel is to the floor. And you're allowing your breath in your left lung and the left side of the spine. Wriggle your left fingers. The left hand reach high. Reach back towards your left hip and bring your left knee down to the floor. Now, if you need to, you can pad your left knee. Just pop your blanket underneath it. Good. Right hand, right thigh, left hand high. And just twice, we'll move forward and back. To up. Good, 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 good. And to down. So we're making length, knee to hip to hand. And down. Don't come forward this time, just the left hand. Good. Bend your left elbow outside of your right knee. Right hand on the right palm. As you bend your right knee, that creates a twist. So send your hips back as though straightening your right leg. Now use your right hand to turn your navel more to the right. And then bend your left knee again. Feel the twist increase. So hips move back. Turning your navel to the right and bend your right knee further and further and further. Stay 3. Letting your right knee bend will create the turn, even looking over your back right shoulder. If you choose, stay or tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. Firm the legs, hug the thighs. So remember the tap of your knee on the floor, navel to spine. Remember the hug of the knee with that split leg plank. If you like, left hand down, right hand high. Revolve. If you like, the right hand goes overhead. 3. Find the posture that's rinsing you, but you can still breathe. You can still access, you can still provide it with a little more space. And then the right hand comes down. And the knee down, uncoil, and step through dog. Right heel high. Bend and straighten your right leg and let it out. Let it out. Fold and unfold. And the right foot to the floor. Dog. Just let it be still until you can feel how much is being rearranged in your stillness. The left foot steps. Block inside the left foot. Standing tall. So the back heel is down. Your right palm turns open. Your left hand comes high. And then sweeping forward, keep the right hand reaching back. Left hand down. Reach up. And then sweep forward and down. So the right hand is this counter, this anchor reaching back. Good. And rise up. Look to your hand, rinse your neck. And left hand down. Good. Right hand over the top. And back. Looking down when your hand goes back. Looking up when your hand comes over. And you just take your time and you use the sweep of your right hand to really find clarity from your right hip to your right heel. And then you pause. Right thigh is strong. Navel is strong. Legs are strong and clear. And from that you can soften the work of the chest. And from the strength of your legs you can soften the work of the arms. You can soften the work of your mind and your toes. And set it down. And let your right knee come down and take the length you just made in the right side body. Left hand to left thigh. Pad your knee if you need to. We're going to use it. And just let your hand drop back and up. Sweeping. Sweeping. So if you were to scrub the floor, then you would want to wipe it clean. Good. All that ease, so supple. Keep that up and over the left knee. Good. So initially, just start by bending your left knee. Right knee is heavy. See where you go. And then straighten your left leg halfway. Use your left hand to adjust yourself, to turn your ribs a little further, to look over your left elbow, to drop and bend the left knee again. So allowing your hips to move a little forward and a little back is the way you make your way into the twist. Work right there, palms together, heart turning, lift your right knee. Firm your legs and let the upper back open. Working there, your right hand down, your left hand high. If you choose, the left hand comes over, comes over. Everything you've made built this for you. Rinsing out. Strengthen the back leg. Strengthen the back leg and soften the chest. And the left hand down. And as you step back, you take your left heel high and you open, bending and straightening the left knee. Good. And 2 feet down. Unfold. Let's set your blanket aside. Walk your feet forward. Get your blocks and come to lie down on your back. Knees bent, feet flat. And there are times when I get further into my connective tissue, particularly in my spine, I can hear it now. I suddenly sound congested. And I can taste a metallic kind of the place that I feel when I'm ill. And I'm flushing old interstitial fluid that needed that real deep turn of our mid-body to access the corners. So if you taste that, if you feel that, if you have a moment of sudden sort of congestion, I sound like I have a head cold now. And that then means this has been flushed through, and I deepen my breathing out. I deepen my exhalation, and I empty this old illness that I'm not ill right now. But there's an aspect that didn't quite get cleared from last time or the time before or last year that those deep twists can unearth, and it can leave on my breath. So let's help the breath by opening the front body. Plant your feet, lift your hips, and put your blocks side by side on their belly, on their lowest setting. And put your palms flat down, tuck your shoulders under, let your knees fall towards you one another. And just feel how the heart can float up, how the arms can straighten, how the collarbones widen and the shoulders drop. And the right hand overhead. So the left palm to press down and the back of your right hand to the floor. Your right foot is heavy. So this is in our set for this Kundalini sequence, and just allow the front body to start to open right here. And the right hand down. And then the left hand overhead. Flushing out, finding the exhale. Even I want to tap my left heel. It's something the left side's super stodgy, right? You may snuffle, you may cough. You're unearthing things. This is a deep practice today. Left hand down. Pause. Stand in your heels, lift your hips, put your blocks together on their side, set it down. Readjust, shoulder blades closer to the spine, palms flat. A little higher in the heart, right hand overhead. Right heel is heavy. You can tap your right heel if needed, shake loose. The things you're holding emotionally are in your nervous system, and your nervous system relates to your musculature. So when you shake and you tap and you wag, you dislodge the pattern between the nervous system and the muscle that's holding old illness, old trauma hand down. Pause. Left hand overhead, back of the left hand down, tap out the left heel, wag the tail, loosening, finding the breath into the left lung and breathing it out. What needs to move here? What needs to be released? Opening the front body, open the breath. And then down. Good. Lift your hips, take your blocks away for now, but keep them within reach. And notice the front body. So we feel this rush as the front body opens. And our breathing is easier, and so our tissues are more oxygenated. The body is rewarded and the heart slows down. Bring your feet together, your knees are bent, and when your knees are together, your feet are together, which means opening your knees wide peels your feet off the floor. You're on the outer edge of your feet on the floor. And now bring your feet to the floor and bring your inner knees together, a little hug. And as you hug, a little lift of your tail so the navel goes to the floor. Now open your knees wide and then feet flat. Inhale, open, exhale, close. And it's a little press. As you press your feet flat, you press your inner knees together. As you press your knees together, the tiny tuck of the tail, the tiny wrap of the navel toward the spine. So each one is a little press out. We're rinsing by anchoring the feet into the floor, the low back into the floor, the inner thighs connecting to the pelvis. Press for 5 and 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Good. Relax. Widen your heels a step. So just pivot, and then pivot your feet to be in line with your heels. Now lift your hips. Good. Knees wide to the outer feet. Hips will fall. Feet flat, hips up, knees in. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And really all you need to think about is allowing your feet to roll to the outer edge and then to roll flat. And as they roll flat, they roll the inner knees together. They roll the navel to the spine and they roll your tail up, which lifts your hips. The work is in your feet, like you're going to stand. 5. And you mean it. You let yourself fall open and then you fall to the floor and you take your stand. 1 more. Press. Now bring your elbows down beside you. Walk your heels under your knees. Stand in your feet. Stand in your elbows. Whew. And now feel. Relaxing your legs. Just stand in your heels. And there is new length from your navel to your knees. Tiny little micro movements, micro shakes. What needs to change? Standing. The feet falling flat. Keep the feet falling in. Instead of the outer edge, keep falling into the base of your big toes. And then relax. Lift your elbows, roll down through your spine. Step your feet a step forward, heels wide, toes in, knees fall in, palms open. Notice. Legs out long, heels wide. Shake the feet side to side, the knees up and down. That is the anchor of your body. There are things in our lives that we need to set down and step away from. And sometimes we don't know how. It's on your exhalation. And sometimes we've lost contact between the navel and the feet. So shake out the feet, shake out the knees, and know that that strength, that standing, that clarity is how you put your roots back down by getting things out of your way. So the elbows are down beside you. Walk your feet in. Most modified, you would lift your hips and just place a block underneath the backs of your hips and find the hips. And now lift your heels so that you're resting heels over hips. Knees may be bent. I'm resting my thighs on my hands. I'm resting my low back, the backs of my hips, the back of my pelvic girdle on the block. So this is your inversion. This is a great inversion. You're welcome to stay right here. If we get over-grounded, if that downward action becomes too much, we can become very heavy, very stubborn, very stuck in our ways. It's hard to take in new places, new ideas. So we do want to make sure it can run in the other direction. You may work here or plant your feet, remove the block, and just go a little bit higher, catching the back of your hips in your hands, but still the upper back is on the floor. Knees turn in, heels turn out. And just find a balance. You can work right here. The knees turning in widens the low back and keeps you from the tension that can be there sometimes. Work here or turn it to action, drawing your right knee towards your right shoulder. Press your left heel high, spread your toes like you were tiptoe on the ceiling. And then as the right leg straightens, the left knee comes down. Exhale. Inhale as you change and exhale to press into the ceiling. Inhale, change, exhale, press, knee to the shoulder. So you are using this inversion to rinse fluids inside the body, of how the thigh movement is moving your inner organs. 3 and 2 and 1. Release the block if it's beneath you. Roll down to the floor. Take your time, put your feet flat, turn your knees in. Notice. Hands on thighs. Bring your hands to the very tops of your thighs where they meet your hips. Now press away and open. So the opposite of that creasing with the thigh, we create a vacuum in the abdomen by pressing the thigh bones away. And now you're calling energy and prana. Prana is called into the abdomen. Relight your fire. So you'll take your blocks and you'll put one block to the right at the height of your hips on its belly. And the other one can come between your thighs, arms out wide. Lift your hips and shift your hips to the left. And then lift your heels in line with your knees. Drop your right knee over to tap the block. Hug the block between your thighs. So now I have a block on the floor underneath my right thigh. And I have a block between my thighs and my arms out wide. Bring it back up into the middle. Middle will be inhale. Exhale, knee over to the block. 3, twist. Inhale. On the exhale, rinse out, out, out. Turn your navel left. In the center. And out. Now stay and hold the block between the thighs. Take your left hand higher, turn your left palm open, and let your left shoulder drop, and your right hand to your left thigh. So the left thigh is rinsing into the block into the left thigh. And with this action, drop your left shoulder and turn your navel left. A deep, steady, safe rinse. Use the support of the blocks. Good. Getting out even the words that you didn't mean to say out. All the words you meant to say but they didn't get out, get them out now. And basically all the energy of what might be misplaced in time. You meant to say it before but you didn't, so let it out now. You hope to say it tomorrow, we'll get it out now. Now, when you bend your knees, put your feet flat to the floor, keep the block between your thighs, and move your hips to neutral. Hands on thighs, press away. Make a space in your abdomen and draw in right now. This present moment, all its information and guidance. So now we make space for the inhale, and the inhale, and the inhale. That there is a renewal. And let it go. Put your block on the left side. Hips up and over to the right. Arms wide, lift your heel. And now dropping over outer thigh to the block. Set yourself up, take your time so you feel stable. You're hugging a block between the thighs. The outer left thigh is on the block. So that when you return to center, that's your inhale. Navel opens. Exhale. Hold the blocks and squeeze down and then inhale center. Feel how that's a pump. Falling over, you are rinsing out. And rolling up, you are allowing in. Emptying out. One more, rolling up, drawing in. So this time as you go over, stay, resting your thigh on the block. Turn your chin right, take your right hand a little higher, and your left hand on your right thigh, and revolve through the waist. Heels come up, knees go down. The breath is invited. The belly is supple enough that the inhalation can still get there. And the exhalation is heavy and complete. Ah. And then center. And set the block aside. Hands on thighs. Heels a step forward. Press away. And call into that clear space light. And just noticing the center of the abdomen, the navel point, the place of your confidence, your integrity, your ability. It's made of light too. Draw your right knee to your chest, interlace your fingers, call it close. Keep the right knee wide. Interlace your fingers behind the right thigh. Pull it close. Now press your right heel high and press the thigh bone into your hands and let that open the back of your neck. Flex your right foot and bend your right knee deeply. Bring your right knee to your chest and then press your heel high and open the back of your neck as you straighten your arms. Hands interlaced, bring your thigh close. Press your heel high and stay. Straighten the left leg, thigh to the floor, toes back, both feet flexed, both legs very strong. Strong, 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 strong. Widen your elbows, lift your head and shoulders. Maybe you walk your hands up, finding a little more height. Stay. Press into the left heels, press into the right. The legs are strong, scissoring the thighs, the navel to the floor. Use what you made. And down. And right leg out. Shake out your feet, shake out your knees. Knees bend, feet flat, left knee to the chest. Interlace your fingers, keep it close. Just pause a beat. So what you're doing here is you're actually opening the left side of your low back. We're stabilizing the spine. So there's no tension in the low back when you come back into standing or seated. Interlace your fingers behind the left thigh, bring it close, and then press your left heel high. This straightens your arms. Tuck your chin so slightly. Stand in your right foot. So there's this real structure. And then bend your knee. Pull it close. This is exhale. Press your heel high. This is inhale. 3 more. Be strong in your left leg. Be flexed in the left toes. And when you press your left heel high, stay and straighten your right leg and firm both legs. And let your arms be long and let the back of the neck be long and feel yourself creating structure. So you took everything out of the closet and you shook it loose and you did the laundry and you refolded it all. Now we put it back. Order. Lift your head and shoulders. Walk your hands a little higher. Walk your thigh a little closer. Elbows wide. Firm your body. The legs are clear. The chest is broad. The shoulders are soft. The back of the neck is long. The feet have long toes, broad toes, space in the toes. And then set it down. Legs long. Shake out the feet and the knees. Palms are open. And notice the sensation in your body and how that creates sensation in your mind. You are light. So the light may be coming all the way up to the chest now, from the feet to the hips, from the hips to the navel, from the navel to the chest. And so knees to chest, roll yourself up. Sitting on the edge of your blanket, sweep your heels wide. Shake out your feet, shake out your knees.
clear legs feels so good to me. And sweep side to side. So now from this clear base, we can open up through the shoulders and the chest. So all of these asanas, all of these postures and these movements and this strength in our physical body is all to hold our mind in greater clarity. Find the center, fingertips towards the floor. A little bit side to side through the seat. Maybe you work fingertips to the floor. Maybe you put your palms down. Maybe if you like, you can have a block under your elbows. Tail back. So my heart is coming forward. My legs are long. A block under your knee. Mighty. All right. It's good to know what to do. Maybe there's space. You walk it out. You can tuck the block under your chest. So that as you rise up, take your hands behind you, bend your knees, put your feet flat, and cross the left ankle over the right knee. And just let it move a little side to side. Keep sending your left knee forward. And find the center. Walk your right heel closer. Lift your heart. Send your left knee forward. So you're drawing your shoulder blades towards your back and your left knee forward. Now flex point your left foot. Hard to know what's what in this moment. Yeah. So we're going to take the left foot to the floor on the right side. Over and over and over and over to your right outer hip. Good. So you're seated, your right outer hip is on your blanket. Your right arm wraps around the front of your shin. And your left hand behind you. Good. So as you rock forward, lift your hip and stand in your left foot. Yes, that's the twist. Now keeping that, rock a little back and it'll drop your seat. Yeah. So as you rock forward and back, you're turning your navel a little more left. And then you pause a beat. Now just turn your chin from the back shoulder to the front shoulder, the back shoulder, and the front shoulder. Keep it over the front. Broaden your left ribs back. Take your left hand straight back, turn your thumb down. Take the back of your left hand to your mid-back and take your elbow wide and sit taller. 3, 2. Good. Unfolding. Find cross-legged seat with the left shin in front of the right. And fold. Now from this fold, we're going to take a step to the right. So left shin is in front of right. We're walking to the right side. Now find the left outer hip. Wrapping the left palm down, the left elbow, just as you did in your child's pose. Your left shoulder releases, your left ribs wrap down, and all that left side body length wraps down into the left hip. So that you can walk yourself up through center. Pause. Notice the seat, the left side, the line of the left side of your spine. And just let your heels out and shake out your feet and shake out your knees again. Just finding neutral. And in this one, we'll interlace the fingers and find a circle. Yes. And so all the things that we've sort of still got accumulated, as we deepen into the hips, move it out through the shoulders, out through the breath. Just for 3. For 2. And then reverse your direction. Any changes in the jaw, in the throat, in the face, let it through. 3. Right through the toes. 2. Finding center. A little fold, notice. Little fold. From the fold, as you come upright, focus on that unfolding. Knees bend, feet flat, right over the left knee. And it moves side to side. Your chest is coming up. The chest is incredibly related to the tension of your hips. So let it move side to side all the way. And you'll bring your right foot flat to the floor, around your left outer hip. And the left arm around the front of the right knee and the right hand back. Good. So if we do the little forward and back, going forward means my right hip comes off the floor, and that gives me a little bit more of a hold. And then as I go back, I find the twist. A little bit forward and a little bit back. And then stay and look forward and look back. That you're concluding by rinsing all the way from the bottom of the spine to the top of your head. And then look forward. Find that turn. Right hand back. Right thumb down. Back of your hand to your spine. And over to the left side waist. And wrap your elbow back. So you're opening the right shoulder, the right side of your neck, all the way up behind your ear. Your chin tucks down towards the left shoulder, elbow back. Navel to spine. And as you uncoil, the right shin is crossed in front of the left. Good. Fingers forward, seat walks back. Walk to the left. Right hand is heavy. Right elbow is down. Right shoulder opens. Right ribs wrap down. And the right hip releases. No tension in the feet, no tension in the face. As you come upright, remove your bolster. You can lay it over the body if you like, but come to lie back and let everything out of the legs. If you need a layer, get a layer. palms open. Tuck a shoulder under, tuck another. There's a light lift to the chest. Feeling the surface of your forehead is in line with the surface of your chin. Anything else that needs to happen, any tension anywhere, if you need to adjust the chest, if you want a little moment in fish to lift your heart, if you need to draw your knees to your chest and relieve your low back, just listen to anything else that needs to happen. Notice if you're holding at all, anywhere. If you need to, breathing out the mouth once or twice to settle just one wave deeper. So that we really truly could believe in our light. How in our stillness it is inevitable. And let your breath get larger, looser. A sensation of deep ease. That we could be making the choices for ourselves to create ease. To believe that ease is possible. Important, necessary. And that you are the source of this ease. It comes from you, it comes through you. Nothing about it is chance. As you deepen your breathing, just deepen the intake of that ease from this place. And you'll choose to stay if you want to stay longer. Or bringing yourself to knees bent, rolling to one side, pausing for a beat to open the back of your body, re-inflate from the time on the floor. And then making your way to a simple seat. The spine is tall. The body again remains effortless. And so we finish with a very simple round of breath. That's to balance the left side and the right side, and to sort of the last fine-tuning when you sand something down, in that last moment of just getting the little bits of dust, the last crumbs. And we focused on exhalation today. The rooting, the remembering why we are essential here. To reinstall what is bright and important, to receive now. I want you to take your left hand and fold your thumb into your palm and just hold the left thumb as you rest it on your thigh. And this is a calling in mudra. And now your right hand, first two fingers come together, fold them down. And the tip of your ring finger goes to the left side nostril. And the tip of your right thumb goes to your right side nostril. We're going to start in the left. So breathe in the left, and we'll close the left and breathe out the right. Now close the right and breathe in the left, and breathe out the right. And we're going to quicken it to go in and to go out. They're quick breaths. In, out, little puffs. In left, out right. In left, out right. You feel how it's kind of congested and you're strengthening your breath and you're clearing this passageway through the sinuses. In left, out right, so simple. Now let it get lighter, get a little quicker, and you can pick up the pace with me if you choose, or you can keep it slow. We're going to go another 20 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Good. Breathe through both. Out through both. Close the left and go in right. Close right out left. And as you're ready, in right, out left. Feeling the passageway of air become clearer. And what that's involving is the passage of prana into the mind in particular is getting clearer. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. In both. Now put your thumb in your right palm, put your hand down, breathe out. Just notice. Crown of the head. Ease and light. At the crown of the head, at sahasrara, we are limitless. We can change in an instant. And what we believe at the crown, we see with our eyes, and we say with our words, we feel with our heart. So keep this aspect clear and stay strong in its practice and its protection. I am light. And as I am light, you are light. And when you forget, I see your light. And when I forget, you see my light. If you can't see the light, just know you've layered a belief over the top of it. You can try that breath, clear your mind, balance left side, right side, past, future, front, back. Just feel the freedom and the ease. The crown of the head bright. And in your mind 3 times, the repetition, I am a being of light. Feel its sensation through the clarity of your body. I am a being of light. Feel it in your heart. What's the sensation in your chest right now? Let it expand. Just land the whole practice in your heart. How vast it is, how large it is, how both human and heavy and bloody and warm, and how radiant and eternal, all at once, just like you. Keep your attention there, sweep wide, open your hands, call it up. And palms together, right to the forehead center. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, peace, peace, perfect peace. Namaste. Have a fantastic day, evening, whenever you replay this, however you use this. Thank you for your time all the way through. Such a big commitment, 90 minutes. 90 minutes in 2021 is a big deal. And it's such a gift to yourself. Land it there, be effortless. If you need to lie back again for the next 3 minutes, lie back. Let your knees wash around. And that's what I would recommend. Tomorrow you may feel some of what we did. It was big through the spine today. So anything that's testy tomorrow wants to lie down and wants to let the knees really just slowly keep the spine mobile. And all of the deep tissue that we moved through here, keep that moving. You may feel little coldish symptoms. We were deep into the inner organs. Could you hear that I suddenly got really congested? And then with that breath, it disappeared, right? So our bodies are like these incredible healing machines. So rinse out, help the gut, a very physical movement. That's how we repair here. Use the breath. That's how we repair here. So that we can feel that we are light, because that's how we repair here. Have a great, great day. Thank you for your time. We'll be back next Saturday. Namaste.